guys, we're out here on Lake Rhodhiss today trolling a little umbrella rigs and some crankbaits and just trying to catch a mixed bag. Started out today with umbrella rigs and caught 3 stripers. Then they seemed to kind of die off there. So I switched over to crankbaits, and I think I've caught about 6 or 8 white perch so far. But here's the video. You can check them out, and caught them on each of the umbrella rigs. Both of them worked that I had. They're almost identical. And then caught them on 3 different crankbaits, and I'll show you those at the end of the video. But here's the video. Hope you like it. perch on the RS. bring you the baits, show you the baits that I caught the fish on today. Um, the crankbaits that I used were that's the Rapala RS Shad in perch color, and caught one on that one, I believe. And then another one that I caught a fish on was the Rapala, I think it's called an Elite Shad Wrap. They're pretty expensive. They're over $11. But I like this color. I thought it might be something to try along with the RS Shad. I did catch one fish on it. But I didn't troll crankbaits long. I only trolled them about an hour. But I like this color. I think it's called the Helsinki Shad. So I think it's got some promise. We'll use it again on another lake or another time. And then the other one I think I caught 5 of the white perch on was the Rapala RS Shad in the shad color. I think it's probably the best all-around crankbait I've found so far. This is like the at least 20th trip that I haven't been skunked with it. So, and then the stripers came on this umbrella rig, pretty standard umbrella rig. I like the 6-arm. You can get a little bit more depth with them. They put a lot more pressure on the rod. I mean, they're tough to reel in. It's like almost like reeling in a fish without a fish on it. And I used the striper sniper shad bodies and an underspin jig head. And both rigs were identical except the jig head on this one's blue, and the other one I caught fish on, the jig head chartreuse. Sometimes I use white. It depends on the water clarity and sunshine and everything like that. It's a cloudy day. So this I thought would do best. And I kind of come in on the tail end of everything. Got out there at about lunchtime, and I saw quite a few striper boats out there, and birds were flying and everything. And about as soon as I got in the water, I think I caught my fish in the first 30 minutes that I was there, and then it died off, and that's why I switched over to crankbaits. I think they were pulling water through the dam when I got out there, and then when the striper shut off, at least when they quit pulling water. So I think if I'd have went out earlier, I might have caught more fish, but you never know. I don't like to go out too early in a kayak because it's a lot colder on a kayak. You're down there low to the water, and you get that cool air off the water. I wait till it warms up a little bit, usually before I go out on the kayak. Now, as the water warms up and the air temperature warms up, I'll start probably going out and trying to get the morning bite a little bit more. Wintertime morning bites really, to me, is not that good. I've found that most of the time the fish don't start biting until about 10 anyway, so not a big deal to me to go out, later in the day, as long as they're running water. But Rhodhiss don't advertise, so you got to look at James and you got to look at Hickory, and then you got to hope, if they're running it through both, which they were, that they're going to be running it through Rhodhiss. Now, Hickory was going to run till 5 p.m. that day, and James stopped at 12. And I think they stopped Rhodhiss at the same time. I was thinking since Hickory was running longer that they might run Rhodhiss till about 3, but evidently I was wrong. So trolling the crankbaits at about 1.5, which is pretty typical every time I troll crankbaits, any crankbait. Between 1.2 and 1.6 is usually where I keep those. Umbrella rigs were between 2 and 2.2. And the fish were pretty deep. They were down 25-foot range, so I was letting out a lot of line, about 100 feet of line to get down to them. So, but that's pretty much it. Hope you guys liked the video. We're going to do a couple more striper trips before the weather warms up. They'll start moving up river. and get a little bit more scattered. Right now, the bait's down there in the lower ends of the lakes, and the stripers are following the bait. So we'll do a couple more trips, but about March we'll probably switch over and we'll start doing a little bit more crappie, bass, whatever will bite type fishing. And on my species count, I'm doing a species thing for 2024 to see how many I can catch. I'm up to 2 now. I did get a white perch on this trip. I'd caught a striper on the earlier trip, and got 3 stripers this time. 1 come off right at the boat, but we'll count him since I saw him, and I was going to let him loose anyway. So, but that's the trip. I hope you guys like it, and we'll see you on the next video.